The 2024 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health. And tonight's match is presented by Arizona Financial Credit Union. It's a USL Friday night standalone match in Phoenix as Phoenix Rising play host to Monterey Bay FC. Here are the standings in the bottom half as the race for the playoffs continues on in the USL Championship. Phoenix sitting at 36 points, just one ahead of Orange County SC for that 8th spot in the playoffs. I want to welcome you into the stadium. Killian McClatchy, my partner in crime for tonight, the man in charge of backfield, Joe Lowry. And Joe, standalone match, Friday night, the lights are on. It should be an interesting one between two of these West Coast rivals.
Very much so. Phoenix Rising here, the only game on tonight against Monterey Bay FC. Phoenix wanted to keep their spot above the playoff line. Monterey wanting to climb above that line. We should be in for a good one. These
are two teams. Monterey Bay, they've been struggling this season. Phoenix coming off of a really tough loss just a week ago. We're going to give you the players to watch for tonight. We're going to start with the home team for Phoenix Rising, and this is brought to you by Phoenix Union School District as Darius Johnson. He's going to be our man tonight for Phoenix, making his first start for Rising since his signing just about a month ago.
Yeah, Darius Johnson, a player that Phoenix Rising brought in during the summer transfer window from the Eredivisie, from the top flight over in the Netherlands, one of the better leagues over in Europe. DJ played 1,200 minutes last year. This is a big moment for him to show what he's got.
Yeah, Johnson, he's missed a couple of matches due to injury, finally fully healthy. Excited to get him back before he heads off on international duty. Over on the other side, for Monterey Bay, it's their Iron Man, Maury Donor. He's been the stalwart in this back line for this club.
Yeah, he is the real shining light on the right side of Jordan Stewart's back line. He started every single USL Championship game since joining Monterey Bay ahead of the 2022 season. He is a real threat on the overlap.
Yeah, you saw that 98 straight. You know how many minutes he's missed in his career at Monterey Bay? 16. That is it. He's only played everything but 3 minutes. We'll see how many they gives him tonight. Monterey Bay, Phoenix Rising coming up on a Friday night in Phoenix. We're ready to go here. Don't go anywhere. We got lineups and kickoff coming up next.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
Hold.
We just did 2.5%.
Hold. Now.
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Starting 11 for Monterey Bay tonight. Here is who they have. A little bit of a change in goalie. It's still Carlos Herrera, no Anthony Siaha tonight once again.
Yeah, Jordan Stewart running out. What could be a 4-2-3-1. We could see Carlos Guzman there at left back stay and pinch in to become more of a center back. Still, watch out for Donor stepping forward down that right side. Maury Donor is a huge threat on the overlap.
Yeah, over on the other side, Phoenix Rising. Here's the 11 for them. We mentioned Darius Johnson getting that first start in a Rising kit on that left side.
Yeah, the wingers are the players to watch for Phoenix Rising tonight. Johnson, you said it, Killian, getting his first real look from the open. Watch for him to be direct on the wing.
Yeah, one big change in the back line. Gabby Torres, you see sliding on the left side. Traore slides to that center back spot next to Flynn Mayor. No Pop Marboy tonight in the starting 11. He is available off the bench, though, this evening. Well, team's ready to go. Our head referee, Brandon Stevis, is ready to rock and roll. Rest is officiating crew. AR1 Austin Holt, AR2 Bruno Rizzo, and Pavel Georgiev the fourth, as here is Lowry's Lowdown. As we are underway from Phoenix, Lowry's Lowdown presented by Peoria Nissan.
Yeah, for Phoenix Rising, it really is all about involving the wingers. Still, no true number 10 in this team. Fede Varela not in the lineup. Julio Duratioto not in the lineup either. It will be Tomas Angel dropping underneath. Phoenix bringing these two wingers, Joe Margarita and then Darius Johnson in the summer transfer window. This is the moment for them to go out there and perform without that 10. And then for Monterey Bay, it's all about being aggressive in transition. This team, led by Phoenix Rising, former Phoenix Rising defender Jordan Stewart, they will play with the ball. They will play in possession. On the road, though, they have been more defensive this year. A couple percentage points lower to 48% on average on the road in 2024. If you want to get at Phoenix Rising, a great way to do it is to find their weak points on the break.
Mayor dropping it back. Two clubs coming in kind of similar feeling positions after their last match. This is a Phoenix club, a difficult loss against Las Vegas a week ago. Held a 1-0 lead all the way to the 95th and then gave up 2 goals in the final 120 seconds. As here is Darius Johnson, a little step over. Nice move, gets himself still a little bit of space, but he's going to peel it back out. Thinks about going back in as the defender falls over. Johnson ball on his feet a little bit too long, and he's dispossessed as foul on Gabby Torres. As here is the Spooner availability report. Only man out for Phoenix tonight is Stenberg. Expecting him to be out the rest of the season.
Yeah, John Stenberg has struggled with fitness and illness for quite some time now. See a look at Monterey Bay's availability report as well. They're a little bit dinged up, missing their top scorer this year, Tristan Traeger. It is then instead up top for them, Christian Valesky, who's been brought back into this team. He's the all-time leading scorer for Monterey Bay FC. So this is a Monterey team that has really struggled in that department this season. They've gone 6 games without scoring a goal. Phoenix Rising have had similar attacking struggles. A huge question tonight is who's going to be efficient and who's going to create those chances to give their forwards like Valesky real opportunities.
Yeah, there's Valesky with one of his first touches of the match as he gets it back to his midfielders. You mentioned that 6 straight scoreless. Last time Monterey Bay scored was back on August 17th. They're 0-3-3 in that stretch. But you go even further back, this is a club, they haven't been able to find 3 points in a long time. Good ball long over the top, but it has to hang up as Traore comes to step in. An 11-match winless streak that dates back to July 6th. And you mentioned the goal-scoring troubles. In those 11 matches, they've scored just 10 goals total.
Yeah, it's been a really, really tough stretch for Monterey Bay, a team that doesn't have a ton of super proven, dedicated goal-scoring options in this team. Jordan Stewart has changed a few things tonight when it comes to his personnel in the attack, yes, but also when it comes to his shape. Right now you're seeing 3 center backs in possession for this Monterey Bay team. You got Kai Green in the middle, then you got Lara on that right side. That allows then Killian Maury Donor to push higher up on that right side as the wingback to get involved in the attack. One of the better attacking fullbacks in all of the USL Championship. There's going to be offense. A lot of it's going to have to come through Donor tonight.
Bit of an errant pass in the midfield, a bad turnover in the attacking third as Monterey Bay continues to look and try to pressure as it will be out. They will say it will be a corner. It's our first Carvana corner kick of the night. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. Omar Martinez, the man to take this one. Martinez. This is a young club as well in Monterey Bay. Their debut back in 2022 I should say, at the USL Championship level. First ever signing. Palmer Martinez. There's the set piece going near post. Wyke got his head to it, headed up and around. As Oleski says that he took a boot up high, as Oleski a little upset about that one. Checking the forehead.
Yeah, Lawrence Wyke involved there inside the box. No Potmar boy for Phoenix Rising. Set pieces, as a result, will be an area to watch tonight. Keep an eye on that right foot from Lawrence Wyke. Up way too hard. Up way too high. Hard to see on that angle if there's real contact maybe with Oleski. Phoenix Rising maybe catch a break there.
There are two clubs. Saw at the Open a jumbled bunch looking right around that 8 spot. Monterey Bay is kind of on the outside of everything, looking up at that. With 30 points, they're standing 11th in the West. They'd need a stellar finish to the season to have a legitimate shot at making the playoffs, you have to imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be a climb for Monterey Bay, but they do absolutely have something to play for tonight. Phoenix Rising are trying to stay above the line. Monterey trying to climb.
Margarita, lots of space, tries to get to his right foot, an extra touch, and that one knocked down. Nicely done defensively. And I think that play right there has kind of been the epitome of the last couple of weeks for Phoenix Rising's attack. Just one too many touches.
Yeah, whether it's Margarita, whether it's Tomas Angel, you name the player. Charlie Dennis had a moment of difficulty last time out for Phoenix Rising.
Oleski goes for a goal, and he sends that one for Los Bandidos. And they'll toss that one back towards Rocco Rios Novo.
It's been a problem for this Rising side. Their attack in general in 2024 has been a huge issue all the way across the board. They've had a ton of the ball. Phoenix third in the USL Championship in possession this year. Second best in passing accuracy, but just 21st in goals. Killing 17th in expected goals. Monterey's numbers not quite so inflated on the possession side, but another team that has struggled when it comes to their attack. You're seeing some other pillars, though, of Jordan Stewart's tactical identity show themselves, in that you're seeing it right now. Rocco Rios Novo trying to conduct the play out of the back for Phoenix. Monterey will step high. They will try to pressure through midfield. They are 7th in the USL Championship in possessions won in the attacking third. They're eager so far, even in the opening stages tonight, to get in Phoenix's grill and try to force long balls like that one.
Rocco Rios Novo enjoys kind of being that conductor. Sure. We've seen, especially last couple of weeks, some good balls out of the back for him. Long run, as it's a foot race, but one that Phoenix will win, as Rios Novo pressed her by Oleski as a quick little 1-2, a dangerous little moment, and now a deflection off the head and out. And fans, we mentioned that push for the playoffs. It's coming up soon. Check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs, presented by Terminix, kick off in November. Top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. That man right there, Diego Gomez, trying to lead the defending champions back into the playoffs, give them opportunity to defend their crown.
That's well done from Mo Traore to take the space there. Monterey Bay with early man-to-man marking in the press, trying to take away Phoenix's center mids. Space on the outside then for the outside center backs for Phoenix Rising to stride forward.
Johnson fouled there right about midfield, as Traore will just take it quickly and get us back going.
And Mo Traore, a fascinating player to watch tonight for Phoenix Rising. Been back in the lineup the last couple of games. Provides more thrust.
Great ball in for Cabral, as Cabral, a little too strong of a touch, got knocked off balance. But a good find as Cabral finds some space early.
Yeah, some promising moments for Phoenix, sort of feeling out Monterey Bay's defensive structure. Didn't know Diego Gomez, interim Phoenix Rising manager, if Jordan Stewart, his opposite on the sidelines, was going to come out in a back four, was going to come out in a back three. We've seen a little bit of both of those shapes from Monterey Bay in different moments tonight. Certainly a back three in build-up. Phoenix starting to find some of those openings in possession.
Header down to Wyke, as that one knocked down and away. Cabral, the goal scorer last time out. A good header and a bit of a misplay from Las Vegas. It was what Phoenix thought was going to be the winning goal just 6 days ago. His team lead in goals. He's got 7 on the year for the French national. As Johnson chests it down to himself.
It's a great ball from Ale Fuenmayor, playing in that center back role.
Torres, low cross. He was trying to get it to Cabral, and it ends up in the dugout for Monterey Bay, and it will be a throw.
Yeah, Fuenmayor, Traore, and Wyke, those 3 players with John Stenberg, of course, back over in Europe at this point after his health issues, and Pop Marboy on the bench tonight. Those 3 give you more attacking thrust out of the back than any trio of players that Diego Gomez could put out there on the field. Wyke, comfortable on the ball, has played some right back for Phoenix this year. Fuenmayor has played as an outside center back. He's got the ability to distribute. And then Mo Traore, super clean, really aggressive with that left foot. Diego Gomez hoping for some real build-up play from his center backs.
Big one, you mentioned Wyke. Wyke has been a guy at the beginning of the season, obviously a super talented defender. Comes from England, played with Nashville SC. He played just 7 games a year ago, as that one knocked down, flags up, so it'll be offside. But Wyke was kind of a wild card. You didn't necessarily know exactly what he was going to bring, kind of how he was going to fit into this club, and he's come in and really become a stalwart on that back line.
He has, and asked to play multiple different roles this year under multiple different managers for Phoenix Rising, between Danny Stone and now Gomez on the sidelines. Just last weekend against Las Vegas in that catastrophic, really wild ending, Las Vegas winning that game, Wyke pinches into midfield. He's played right back, he's played center back. Now he plays as sort of a hybrid defensive midfielder, center back in that last match, now back in more of a traditional defensive role tonight. He's checked a lot of boxes for Phoenix Rising as a versatile defensive option.
Yeah, it was a good ball from Wyke to earn this corner, as Johnson got it, as Renzo Zambrano will come to the near post, take the first Carvana corner kick of the night for the hosts.
Phoenix Rising have had some joy on attacking set pieces over the last month or so now. A lot of that's come from Pop Marboy, who's going to step up and fill that void.
Zambrano, right foot through it, leaping up. They tried to find Wyke right in the middle, and it looks like he just missed it. See man in goal once again tonight for Monterey Bay, Carlos Herrera. Making his 5th consecutive start as a bad turnover. Phoenix threatening. Little pause, try to go towards the center. Dennis was there, but it got knocked down, and Torres takes down the defender. Ball stays with Monterey Bay. They're going to keep on playing. Could be an opportunity to break away as Valesky goes down, still playing on, and it will roll out of touch.
That's phenomenal defensive work there from Renzo Zambrano. Monterey Bay had the advantage, played by the referee. Valesky's not too happy about how that sequence unfolds.
A little surprised Valesky didn't just draw a card there.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
He got right up into the face of our head referee. So Valesky been busy in the early portion of this match as Zambrano just gets ahead to it back to Fuenmayor. You see why Valesky was brought back in by this club. He spent last year up in Canada with Halifax Wanderers, suffered a wrist injury, kind of limited him in his time up there in Halifax, as long run White keeps it in and just sends it right up and roll all the way. And just stay, and it looks like. But Valesky is the guy. He's been around the USL, 52 career goals at the USL Championship level. He's in the top 20 all time. And expecting him to be big with their leading goal scorer, Tristan Traeger, unavailable.
Yeah, Valesky's got to play a big role for this club. Their all-time leading scorer has not gotten on the score sheet since he's been back in with this Monterey Bay side. They need someone, Valesky or otherwise, to deliver in front of net. Haven't had a lot of clear-cut chances so far through about 15 minutes.
So Zambrano trying to make his case. Looked like a good little battle over the ball, but referee determined a foul as he comes over and has a quick chat with Renzo Zambrano. Will be Fair in the midfield. Fair is the man with the most goals active this evening on this club. He's got 3 coming into tonight. As the New York native big piece in the midfield as the ball headed forward. Traore does a nice job to come over, and he has to wait for it. Give a poor pass. Valesky one touch as he looks to make a run in. Switching sides. Here's Donor, little one-touch deflection, and Rios Novo can't save it. Monterey Bay has their first goal since August 17th, and it's 1-0 to the visitors.
Celebrations on the near sideline from Monterey Bay FC. Their scoreless streak has finally been broken. See that one-touch layoff there from Maury Donor, finding Moby Fair. Sometimes to break these kinds of streaks, you need a little bit of fortune, and that is exactly what Moby Fair gets. Just a moment ago, the ball flying past Rocco Rios Novo, and Monterey Bay are up 1-0 on the road.
Right on cue, Moby Fair adds one more to his tally, 4 now on the year. And it's 1-0, 15 minutes into this Friday evening match in the Valley of the Sun. So Phoenix now on the back foot early.
It's the opposite of the commentator's curse. Keelan, I think you played a part in that.
Guys out there playing the match, you know, I'll give them.
That's big of you. Huge opportunity for Phoenix Rising to respond. Again, having a lot of success progressing the ball into the final third. Monterey Bay in this back five with a really narrow midfield structure. Phoenix having success knifing through that. Can they turn it into chances?
And held, nicely done a possession. Johnson gets it to his right foot. Donor was right there, though, to knock it down. As Traore tries to come up, a little bit out of position, but the ball hangs up. Valesky, now a bicycle kick pass towards the front as Monterey Bay somehow keeping possession, continuing to work forward. Valesky keeps it, and it's off to the left side. Cutting in, Dennis with a nice job, though. Get that right foot back in time to knock it down.
And that's where Phoenix Rising miss their defensive anchor, Pop Marboy, on the bench tonight for Diego Gomez, as he's opted for a more aggressive, more attacking and possession-oriented back three. Pop Marboy excels in those defensive transition moments, helping to keep the opposition pinned in. Without him, Mo Traore, Ale Mayor, Lawrence White all have to step up on that end.
Torres on the near side sends it back. Rios Novo, man up there. You look at the last 3 goals that Phoenix has let in as Cabral makes a nice run, tries to chip it up over his head. Margarita's there, but not fully away from danger as Cabral goes and settles it down. A little bit of space. Fakes the cross in. Torres wants the ball. Looks like Cabral didn't see him. As Dennis going to spin. White helping out this attack. He's going to cross it in back post, leaping up. Herrera, nice snag. So saying, you look at the last 3 goals. Obviously this one, very nice build-up for Monterey Bay, but a deflection, a tough one that gets by Rocos Rio Novo. The 2 goals late, a free kick, a long ways out. It just didn't seem like Phoenix was fully ready in the 95th against Las Vegas. Then the winner that I think everybody's still kind of questioning how went in, but 3 straight goals that you'd argue, how do you let those in?
Yeah, and Phoenix Rising's strength in 2024 has been their defensive work. They've been rock solid in the back this year.
Good pass through Zambrano. Nice little run. Makes his defender fall. Zambrano tries from a long ways out, but a little wide.
There's venom on that strike from Renzo Zambrano, knowing, wearing the captain's armband, that Phoenix Rising have a hole to dig themselves out of. Zambrano moving forward from that number 6 spot, putting his laces through that right-footed strike. Doesn't end up testing Herrera there whatsoever. To go back, Killian, to your point about the defensive work, really Phoenix Rising have had more success in recent weeks, stepping a little bit higher and winning the ball up the field. They had promise there less than a week ago out here against Las Vegas in that same way. They have struggled, though, for focus and for a bit of fortune on their own half of the field. Really, really difficult start for Phoenix.
Dennis unhappy with that foul. And fans, be sure to visit your local Arizona Financial Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org. 19 played tonight in Phoenix. As quick toss back in to Gabby Torres. Will be fair with that opening tally for Monterey Bay. Snapped a 6-match scoreless streak coming in to tonight.
You see Gabby Torres moving inside. It's been a feature of Diego Gomez's tactical plan in possession for Phoenix, is having that left back move inside to overload the midfield. Against Monterey with their man-oriented structure, that look could have some success, adding that +1 in central areas.
Rising fans, be sure to score your season tickets for 2025 with just a $100 deposit. Gets you complimentary tickets to test drive your ideal seats. You can visit phxrising.com/tickets for more information. Strong crowd out tonight at 38th in Washington. Dollar beer night as well.
That'll do it.
As foul as Fair and Alex Lara, the two came together with Tomas and Hell.
And there's Gabby Torres. We see fighting for that ball. He's been involved early and often on that left side tonight.
Back to Flenmayor. Dennis off the White. Zambrano trying to make a run as they're going to sneak it through. Now Torres.
Renzo Zambrano's been aggressive with this positioning through 20 minutes tonight. The deepest lying midfielder for Phoenix Rising, working off the ball. Part of the reason you're seeing him make those runs out of midfield is to try to sneak behind Adrian Rebelar, who's done a lot of that defensive marking on Renzo Zambrano. If you slip behind your marker there, you get to add that extra man advantage in the final third. Zambrano trying to get involved, add that extra number.
Fair presses ahead. Bolesky with the ball at his feet. Slings it off to the side. Donor, right-footed cross towards the back post, but Troyora is right there as Johnson, the man to come and pick this up, pestered the entire way. Now he loses his man Lara. A little bit of space for Johnson. Wants to go over the top for Cabral as a long run, and just having to clear it away is Herrera.
Darius Johnson keeping that play alive on the left wing. When Phoenix Rising bring in Jero Margarita and Darius Johnson. Margarita brought in to be more of the tricky, technical creator type. Johnson a little more direct, a little stronger, a little smaller. Got that strong center of gravity, hard to knock off the ball, and you're seeing him keep plays alive just there.
Actually, his time over in the Netherlands, 25 matches. FC Volendam, had a goal and a couple assists. Kind of season over in Europe, hampered by injuries. Phoenix, glad to have him on board, as there is a look at Jordan Stewart, the head man at Monterey Bay.
And looking for that first win. Jordan Stewart may be happy with how things have gone back in his former home out here in Phoenix. Former Phoenix Rising defender Jordan Stewart took over earlier this season on the sidelines from Monterey Bay from former Phoenix Rising manager Frank Yallop, who was with Monterey. Lots and lots of ties between these two clubs. It is a small world in the American soccer landscape.
Certainly is, and especially at the USL Championship level. These clubs starting to build rivalries, especially for a younger club like Monterey Bay. Guys will turn, getting some space. Set down, and here comes Monterey Bay on attack. Donor on the right wing. He's going to hesitate. Send back towards the center. Chipped and laid off. Another opportunity, and just wide of goal. A good chance to potentially make it 2-0.
And Phoenix Rising playing with fire a little bit on the defensive end. None of the front three for Phoenix are tracking back, and you see Jero Margarita not on your screen there. When Phoenix Rising have had to deal with overloads on the wings from Monterey Bay as their wingbacks push forward. Darius Johnson wasn't tracking back on that first goal that Fair scores. Neither on that strike was Margarita. Phoenix had a man disadvantage on the wings there.
Fair almost notched the brace. Traore asking for some help. Cabral comes up off the side to Darius Johnson. Johnson once again hesitates, crosses over, gets a little bit of room. One more cut, and that one looked like it took a deflection, and they say it will. It will be a corner kick to Phoenix.
That's well done from Darius Johnson, cutting inside on his preferred right foot. And again, not wasting a lot of time. Getting quick and direct runs towards goal. Looking to get that shot off on the right foot.
This one going to be the far side. Another Carvana corner kick. Dennis setting up to take this one. They looked for White in the middle on the first one tonight.
A mixture of man and zonal marking from Monterey Bay. See if Phoenix can create some space.
Dennis readies. This one sent in, looking for the far post as Fair heads it all the way up. Still not away. Flynn Mayor gets a boot to it, but now sent off. Pressed forward. Monterey Bay don't have the numbers, and Renzo Zambrano with a foul, and it will be a quick yellow, an easy one on that time. Not many people behind Renzo Zambrano.
Yeah, Zambrano opts to lunge in there. That's well done from Monterey Bay, getting out on the break in transition. Adrian Rebelar drawing that clear yellow. It's tricky for Renzo Zambrano so early into this game, less than 30 minutes in. Again, no Potmar boys. Zambrano's had more responsibility to shut down those transition attacks without the young center back anchoring the back three. Now Zambrano's got to be careful. Can't go into challenges too hard. Phoenix down a goal, can't risk being down a man.
And be sure to watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Warner holds on to it on the near touchline. Here's Galloway. An empty little pass kept in. Nice cut. And actually, it doesn't matter. They say it did go out.
Monterey Bay trying to use their width, whether it's Donor on this near side or Martinez on the far side. Trying to stretch that Phoenix back line out to create spaces in the half spaces for those forwards to run into.
Torres working forward. Kind of got lost a little bit and gets dispossessed, and now he's going to have to take down. That was Rebelar, just kind of came sneaking in.
Rebelar's been active tonight, playing as sort of a pseudo number 10 for Jordan Stewart behind this front two that Monterey Bay have used so far tonight of Michael Gonzalez and Christian Valesky. Rebelar's floating. He's had some success on the ball.
Donor laid off. Here's Rebelar inside the box, and he chips it right up into the chest of Zambrano, and it will be another corner.
This is a situation where if you're Phoenix Rising down 1-0 in unexpected fashion, defending this in front of the south end focus is paramount here, especially after the way that game against Las Vegas concluded.
Martinez taking another Carvana corner kick for Monterey Bay. Martinez looks to go near post, now to the back, still bouncing around, not fully cleared. Valesky has to chip it all the way to the other side. And as that one chipped up, Johnson gets a boot to it and sends it away, as it will be out for a throw-in to quell the danger.
Ball ends up bouncing around here a little bit off this corner kick. Lawrence White gets that initial head to it, it looks like, but can't quite clear. Monterey Bay can't turn it into a chance.
Be impressed through the first almost half hour here tonight in this Monterey Bay club. As we said, playoffs obviously not out. It's an outside shot at it, but you take care of business, you win the matches you have to. There's certainly a chance. As that one pours past, will be out for a throw in the Phoenix.
All right, so there is the commentator's curse. We're still good. Oh, what a dummy that is from Darius Johnson.
Tomas Angel has to wait up, tries to cross, and Cabral wasn't there. Cabral frustrated with a miscommunication as Angel has to double back. And now Torres, strong tackle, and actually they're going to stop it. Thought Torres might have gotten it cleanly. We're going to have to take another look.
Yeah, we'll catch the replay here shortly. Phoenix showing some signs of life. Gabby Torres involved on this challenge on Gonzalez. Steps forward and does make a little bit of contact with the top of that foot from Gonzalez. That's a tight call.
So saying Monterey Bay good first half hour as Traore leaps up. Zambrano now gets ahead to it. A little game of keepy-uppy.
You're spot on, though, Killian. Monterey Bay have looked comfortable in this back three setup.
And Hell going to come in, a little shove from behind. And foul, free kick. Ball over the top and long wait as Rios Novo will collect it. I kind of get the feeling, Joe, that Phoenix especially just isn't really fully into the match just yet.
Yeah, the goal from Moby Fair disrupted a lot of the momentum that had started to build for Phoenix when it comes to their attacking play.
Here's Margarita, and he gets taken over from behind. Cabral goes down. Margarita, though, the ball still at his feet. And Hell, one extra touch. Johnson low. Little roller, but a nice diving save to the left. Goes Herrera.
Yeah, it's a good read from Carlos Herrera. Few shots already from Darius Johnson on that right foot. Herrera knows that Johnson wants to bend it around. Maury Donor there. Herrera reads it all the way. It has been a bright first 30 or so for Darius Johnson. Just his first start for Phoenix Rising since arriving in the summer window. Somebody who's still learning the tendencies of his teammates, and that's an issue right now. Killing for this Phoenix Rising side is some of these new additions, feeling out the players around them, preventing this club from being what they think they can be.
So we will take a quick little break, a hydration break for both these two clubs. As while we do have a second, the two clubs come off. On a more serious note, you see Remy Cabral there. Just want to pass along our thoughts and prayers to the Cabral family. We heard earlier this week some difficult news. Remy's father passing away, as you see an extra kit from Monsieur Cabral. A good moment for Remy. I know Colorado Rapids did something similar for Kevin, his brother, who is up with the MLS side. So thoughts and prayers to the Cabral family in this tough time. Shows it is more than just a game.
Yeah, very much so. We feel for Remy, for his twin Kevin. You mentioned it with Colorado. Some things are far more important than this sport. It's a beautiful thing when this sport can help build towards some of those more important things.
So two clubs in this hydration break. Going over some changes as you see Cabral kind of chatting the man up top. One of the men you have to imagine you want to try to get a little bit more involved with both these sides is Cabral and Tomas Angel. We saw him the last couple minutes get a little more, but he's been kept relatively quiet in this first half hour.
Yeah, it's an awkward fit for Tomas Angel at the moment. No Fede Varela. When Varela's not in this team, there's no true number 10, period, in this Phoenix Rising squad. Tomas Angel, for the last several games now, has been asked to play underneath another number 9. It's not his best role, and Hell has not fully thrived here in Phoenix, regardless of where he's been positioned. That's why when we opened the game, we talked about the wingers, first and foremost, Johnson and Margarita. Margarita's got 2 assists in his last 3 games, compared to Angel, who's been far, far quieter playing through the middle. If Angel can even do just a little bit to help unlock those 2 wide attackers and feed Cabral, it's going to be a good number 9. It's going to be a good night, for Phoenix Rising's number 9.
So we're back and ready to go after the hydration break. See what Diego Gomez and this Rising side have cooked up for the final 15 or so minutes in this first half. A 1-0 Monterey Bay lead thanks to the goal in the first half by Moby Fair just 15 minutes in. Here is Johnson. He's been active on this near side tonight. Chipped back, Gabby Torres. Torres tries towards the center, and that one misplay. He just put that one right at the feet of Revelar as Monterey Bay comes back with possession. Revelar now goes right through Gabby Torres, and Torres needing a moment to stand back up.
And Torres sort of wondering where's the foul. Little action off the ball there.
No.
Gabby Torres and Revelar.
That was more Torres running right into the back of Revelar.
Yeah, ball's going to go back in Monterey Bay's way. One thing you would like to see with just 10 minutes left in the half, and one thing that I imagine is going to come up for Diego Gomez at halftime, just a little more intensity from Phoenix Rising. Sort of a half-hearted counter-pressing effort from Darius Johnson and Gabby Torres on that last sequence. Trailing a goal, playing at home, fighting to stay above the playoff line after a really poor stretch of results for Phoenix in recent weeks. This is an important game. These are important moments. There isn't time to waste here for this Phoenix Rising side, trying to ensure that you defend your USL Championship title with at least a trip to the postseason.
And especially you look, and we'll get more to it as we go on this evening, but it's not like this is an easy close of the schedule for Phoenix Rising. As nice little back heel Valesky, if he can get to it, he's going to come in a little strong, and a strong slide attempt to try to get the ball away. Valesky will put the hand up.
Gabby Torres has been involved in a lot tonight. Does well to pounce on that ball as it gets away from Valesky. Drawing that foul.
Here's Wyke. Played forward. Dennis has to hesitate for a moment. Take him back away. Nell tries to get ahead to it. Sliding in Zambrano. Can't dispossess. Galloway lays off. Dennis steps in front now, trying to work himself around. Take it away one more time. Here's Fair in the midfield. Fair now over for Gonzalez, who switched sides. Gonzalez crosses it in, but nobody there waiting at the back post as Valesky wanted the ball more towards the penalty spot. Fans now at Metro by T-Mobile. You get that new customer feeling again and again. Using Metro Flex. It's more than just free phones when you join, and get the same great deals as new customers on 5G phones like Samsung, Motorola, and Revel. And you stay 12 months and trade in a phone. It's first of many initiatives they're making to ensure all their customers, new and existing, feel value. Now that's not a yada yada. Bringing it up towards midfield. Going to keep the ball at his feet. Now lay off. And Hell looks like he's dropped a little bit further into the midfield. As he makes his way forward. Long ball trying to switch ends to Margarita. Margarita tries to get around, took a deflection right back off of him. Keeps the ball at his feet though. He's going to turn Wyke. Wyke crossed in, and Hell just can't get to it. Tomas Angel's listed at 5'9". If he had a couple extra inches, it might be 1-1.
Yeah, it might be 5'9" on a good day. Angel and Darius Johnson crashing at that back post. Love the texture and the speed on that ball in from Lawrence Wyke. Adding a little bit of tempo to this Phoenix attack. Again, the energy feels like it's been sapped out of this Rising side as the first half has progressed. Good change up there from Lawrence Wyke.
Zambrano will play it all the way back. Flynn Mayor does a nice job to step in front of it. Keep it on the Monterey Bay half. Margarita, nice job getting around. He's going to send this one in looking for Cabral. Knocked down, and Hell off one touch diving save from Herrera.
Tomas Angel does so well there to get a shot off. In traffic. The one touch and then that strike with the left foot. Again, though, Carlos Herrera does well to cover.
Herrera's been really sharp in the last 4 matches for this club, at least in his time that he stepped in as the starter. Gave up the 2 goals to Detroit City last week. But outside of that, he'd gone 2 consecutive without giving up anything. Another nice move for Margarita. Going to send another one, this one towards the back post. Johnson was waiting, but it didn't get to him. Monterey Bay trying to get a counterattack started. As Gonzalez stopped, going to give off to Fair.
And you see for Phoenix, a couple of forwards slow to track back. Darius Johnson there, just on screen for a glimpse. Monterey Bay have the chance to press that numbers advantage if they want it.
Fair, one game of tic-tac-toe with Rebel R. Get back off Gonzalez. Heavy tackle coming in. Got all ball, though, as Phoenix does a nice job to dispossess. Torres a little slow to get up on the other side, though. As Pierce Galloway did a good job to come in, quell that counterattack. Torres still slow as he's finally up on his feet and begins moving around.
Grabbing his left hand, it looks like Gabby Torres.
Torres, I think, asking for a stoppage, and he's going to get it. Looks like in a serious bit of discomfort with that left hand. The physio's going to come out and take a peek at it.
Looks like it gets caught there under Monterey Bay's Michael Gonzalez. Immediately goes and grabs that left hand. Getting checked out. The tempo, Killian, for Phoenix over the last 5 minutes or so has been better. It's been a lot more crossing from that right side. Phoenix don't have an obvious aerial target. Remy Cabral, a number 9 who doesn't have a ton of strength to his game, has a little bit of height. Not always going to be the guy to muscle defenders out of the way to create that space for himself to head the ball on frame. Still, Phoenix have flooded the box, and if they can get late arriving runs from Charlie Dennis or Renzo Zambrano out of central midfield, really overload the 18 for Monterey Bay, there could be some success in that approach.
You see Valesky kind of chatting with Torres. Two kind of chatting. If anybody's the one to talk to about an injury to the hand or the wrist, it is Valesky. As we said, he missed a decent portion of last year up in Canada with a wrist injury. So Torres is going to come off at least for the moment. So Phoenix potentially down to 10 men. As they check out Torres, we'll see if they can get him back out, or Diego Gomez is going to have to make a switch. So we'll keep our eye on Gabby Torres. Traore, long ball looking through. Donor right there as Johnson kind of ran right into him. And they're going to say it's going to be a goal kick. Johnson. A good ball over the top in a foot race. Donor was there first, and Johnson kind of ran right into him.
Yeah, a little shove there from Darius Johnson. Donor does so well to stay involved in that play. A true two-way outside back in this league. Really sharp on the overlap, good deliveries with that right foot. Got the speed to keep up with someone like Darius Johnson as well.
Mentioned Donor, our player to watch tonight. Played just about every single match this season. He's played almost every minute. Club's first ever Ironman, played every minute last year. He's missed a total of 3 this season as Gabby Torres gets that hand taped up as he trots back onto the pitch. So Phoenix back at full strength.
Sloppy there, Phoenix rising. Putting the ball out of their own end. Setting up Monterey Bay with a corner kick.
Another Carvana corner kick. Carvana will drive you happy. This one, last few moments of this first half, Monterey Bay looking to see if they can't double their lead before the halftime break. This one sent near post as Dennis tries to clear it up and away. Not fully out of danger as that ball's going to leap up. And Rios Novo has to leap up into the air. And goodness gracious, it's 2-0.
The fans out here at 38th and Washington are stunned. A misplay from Phoenix rising in the aftermath of that corner kick. Guzman plays the ball back in. Rocco Rios Novo never goes to claim it. Pierce Galloway steps into him. Rios Novo just lets it slip.
And Rios Novo, 4 goals allowed in the last 45 minutes of action. And it's 2-0 Monterey Bay, and that face says it all for Phoenix.
I'll be honest, Killen, I'm not sure I've ever seen a goal quite like that before. A goal conceded in that way before. Rocco Rios Novo just letting the ball bounce. Lawrence Wyke there, maybe thinking that Wyke's going to come in and step in and make a play on that ball. If you're a goalkeeper, you can't let the ball bounce in that way with so much time and space around you. And you certainly can't let it slip right underneath the bar like that.
So first goal on the year for Galloway, his first goal with the senior club, as that one knocked around and sent away. 3 minutes added on. Traore steps in front of that. Going back to that goal, Rios Novo, you saw a little bit of a bump from Pierce, but not necessarily sure there's enough there, especially if you're thinking about the goal. You have to come down with that.
No, there's no doubt about it. Killen, Rocco Rios Novo has every chance to go and claim that ball, multiple chances to claim that ball. Doesn't do it on the initial sequence and lets it slip. That's inexcusable play from the young Argentine. It's been a tough last week or so for Rocco Rios Novo. Failure to set his team up in that set piece against Las Vegas that gets them on the board. Erases some points for Phoenix Rising. And now Phoenix in a little bit of a deeper hole here at home.
So 2-0 down. Now to Monterey Bay. Here's one more peek for you. As we said, so Galloway comes in, and again, there's a little bit of some contact, but again, you get the feeling that's a play you got to make.
And maybe Rocco Rios Novo thinks the ball's bouncing over the bar there, and that's why he gets such a late jump on it. It's a bizarre sequence from a goalkeeper who's been one of the best in the USL Championship over the last couple of years.
Torres, bad turnover. Here comes Rebel R. He's got Valesky making a run. Valesky unable to stay on side. Long trot in. Good slide tackle, though, to quell a danger from Fuenmayor. As Monterey Bay kind of poking and prodding, see if they can't find a third before we go to the break, as Johnson has to wait for this one. Kind of short hops him a little bit, now unable to get around Donor. And Donor fired up in front, and Johnson very much the opposite.
And Maury Donor's thrilled. He's done well in a couple of these moments against Darius Johnson. Donor's got that speed. Monterey have had the edge in a lot of ways in this first 45.
So free kick. Sent back towards Phoenix end. Valesky had it drop down to him, but he was in offside position. As Fans Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Be sure to visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Closing seconds in this first half, as Monterey Bay looks like they'll probably get at least one more opportunity with a throw in. Everybody kind of taking their time, though.
Yeah, if you're Monterey Bay, why not? You've earned it with that 2-0 lead. A couple of absolutely bizarre goals. But again, sometimes if you're in that scoring funk, that's what you need to break out a little bit. Phoenix Rising have not been able to get out of their own way in the first half.
A bad first half for Phoenix as they look to try and hold their position in the playoff race. And Monterey Bay 2-0 up in the first 45 as they're trying to make a comeback towards the playoffs. We're going to take a break here. Don't go anywhere. We got the halftime report coming up from 38th in Washington.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Quench your thirst and save big at Circle K, America's Thirst Stop. Soda 12-packs are 2 for $12 or 3 for $15. Select 24-pack bottled water cases are 2 for $7 or 3 for $9. And don't forget to grab one of our famous Polar Pop cups that stays cold longer, starting at just 99 cents. Only at Circle K, your one-stop shop for all your thirst needs. See store for details.
Get free checking at Arizona Financial. Plus, get $200 cash when you open your new checking account. There's no catch, no minimums, just 100% free checking, including free identity protection, built-in security features, and 24/7 mobile banking. Your financial future has arrived at Arizona Financial. Get the tools, security, high yields, and free checking you want, including free identity protection. Open your new checking account today and receive $200 cash. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org/free.
My name is Adeline, and I'm a junior reporter for Phoenix Rising. Can you hear us yelling from the bleachers?
Yes, we always hear the fans yelling from the stands. For us, it's an incredible support, and we really appreciate it.
Do you miss Kevin Lambert?
Well, Darnell misses more than me. I didn't get to know Kevin, but Darnell misses him a lot. He's crying every day.
What is something that most people don't know about you?
Probably most people doesn't know that I speak a little bit of Korean, quite okay, and that I am a good fan of K-drama and K-pop.
What goes on the bench?
Oof, a lot of nerves, a lot of yelling, a lot of nonsense yellings, especially from me, and a lot of good advice from the coaches. So the nonsense coming from me, and the good and smart words coming from the other coaches.
Back in Phoenix on a Friday night in the Valley of the Sun. You're watching the Arizona Financial Credit Union halftime report. 2-0 Monterey Bay on top of Phoenix Rising. As we take a look at the Saturday slate for tomorrow, some big matches in the West. A couple clinching scenarios for tomorrow for the playoffs. The biggest one, Sacramento, a win tomorrow against San Antonio will lock them into the playoffs in the West Coast. That FC Tulsa and El Paso match. Big ones for Colorado and Memphis. And then Las Vegas against Orange County SC. A win will send them to the playoffs as well. Fans enjoying themselves. Hoping to see some goals in the second half.
Is it somebody's birthday?
Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
Recentra bien el balón dentro del área. ¡Hombre, ese es el segundo! La combinación es buena. Se canta el 1-1 de los cantos. ¡No te puedo creer! Increíble, Felipe. Y señoras y señores, la USL Championship.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Phoenix Rising are your reigning national champs, and they're fired up for the 2024 season. So come witness it. Join your Phoenix Rising as they go head-to-head against Memphis 901, Saturday, October 19th at 7:30, right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. And only 5 light rail stops from downtown Phoenix and Tempe. Tickets start at just $15. Go to phxrisingfc.com to buy your tickets now. Be there for kickoff at 7:30.
Back in. Arizona Financial.
Canes invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Hey, how goes it?
Well, I'm getting a new car.
Yeah, I've been contemplating the same.
Carvana's convenient.
Appreciate the tip.
Yeah, anytime. How's it going over there?
Hey, buy that car yet?
Be here Thursday. You?
It's a question for a more decisive me. Maybe I need to think about it more.
I believe in you.
You can do this. Come on. Definitely a no-brainer.
Wow, decisive.
Yeah, went with same-day delivery.
Well, it only took you a few days.
I know.
However you buy your car with Carvana.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi, Amory.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said what? She said what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
Who does? Bye, robot.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Back in Phoenix, 2-0. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry here tonight. Only match in the USL Championship on this Friday evening is getting down to the nitty-gritty. Getting closer to the push for the playoffs. Some pizza there. Got some food and snacks. Wouldn't mind that. I know I keep asking. Nobody gives it. Got the highlights for you. We'll stop talking about food. 15th minute, Monterey Bay jumped on the board early. A little bit of a deflection, but Moby Fair found the back of the net.
Yeah, good strike from Moby Fair. A bit of fortune as well. Phoenix Rising's forwards not tracking back. You see Tomas Angel late to arrive. Phoenix essentially defending with 6 outfield players there. Monterey Bay make them pay.
Phoenix had a couple opportunities in the first half, just haven't been able to capitalize. Can't say enough, though. Carlos Herrera has been really sharp.
Yeah, he has been. Good reads inside of goal. Made a lot of things look routine tonight. He's been sharp.
There's another look. This one dived in and hell. Really good opportunity off the one touch and the volley. And then the 44th, just a blunder, I think is the best way to put it. Off the corner, ball comes in and nobody wants it.
Yeah, this one goes down as an own goal for Rocco Rios Nova, who can't believe it. Miscommunication and misplay from Phoenix Rising's #1, who's been so solid almost all year long. The last week has not been one to remember for the young Argentine.
Yeah, knocks out of the park from Pierce Galloway. Those are your first half highlights presented by your Desert Ford dealers. Rocking the headphones.
We had headsets on too.
We do. I think ours let us hear just a little bit more. But hey, we have to listen to each other. That's what's most important.
I was thinking sometimes you might wish that you had those on instead of the ones that you do have on.
I mean, I guess I could
wouldn't have to listen to me.
I could say vice versa.
Yeah.
So either way, tonight as both clubs start to make their way back out, two teams starting to warm up a little bit. You got to expect, if you're for Phoenix Rising, we'll get to Monterey Bay in a second, but 2-0 to an unfortunate goal off the deflection and then the own goal. So a difficult situation you're in. You got to change something because you need to come back and get at least a point tonight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a really tough home stretch to the season for Phoenix Rising. Tonight, you look at the schedule, see Monterey Bay struggling. The fact that Jordan Stewart on the sidelines for them still hasn't had a win since he took over in August. You look at this game and say 3 points are gettable here. Well, Phoenix Rising need 3 goals at this point to get themselves 3 points. Then you got New Mexico on Wednesday. You play a trio of playoff teams after them in Oakland, Memphis, and then you end the season away in Louisville. It does not get easier for Phoenix Rising if they want to ensure that they've got the best possible chance to stay above the line. It starts with a comeback in this next 45 minutes.
And on the other side for Monterey Bay, albeit some not necessarily the most usual ways, as we will have a substitution. Pop Marboy going to come on for Gabby Torres. Had that little ding on his hand, as here are the first half stats. We got them for you. Phoenix still controlling possession per usual, but you're trailing in the goals department.
Phoenix Rising had the opportunities in this game. They've had the better looks, frankly, leading Monterey Bay in expected goals. None of that stuff matters, though, if you're losing focus in key defensive moments. And that second goal is the perfect example of a team losing focus. Pop Marboy now stepping out onto the field for Phoenix Rising, as Diego Gomez still has to push those attacking levers, but also wanted to see a little bit more defensive solidity, and that's what Pop Marboy brings.
Yeah, those were your first half stats, as there's an early shot and opportunity, and it took a deflection. Goodness gracious. Barely even had time to get ourselves settled in for this second half. Those stats, though, as we said, brought to you by Gateway Community College, and it's the first Carvana corner kick of this second half right away.
Monterey Bay are pushing. They are taking advantage, doing their best to take advantage of the opportunities that come their way. Another opportunity here on the set piece.
Martinez waiting, gets the go-ahead. Fair comes close. Martinez going to swing it towards the center, leaping up as Pop Marboy, his first touch is going to be a clearance out of the box. Aggressive little touch forward. Margarita, if he can get to it. A nice slide to take it away. Possession stays with the visitors. As we mentioned, though, that first half from Monterey Bay. And now misplayed. Cabral right into the waiting hands. Herrera got back in time somehow. The goal was wide open for Remy Cabral.
Herrera in the right place at the right time once again for Monterey Bay. Remy Cabral just can't direct that shot to the side of Monterey Bay's goalkeeper. A sigh of relief from Jordan Stewart and company.
Looks like it might not have mattered anyways, as Pop Marboy stepping up now. There's Dennis Johnson, who's been active tonight. Nice little cutback. Flicks it back off the heel. Zambrano going to turn, try to go somewhere. Lex all the way back to the far side. Traore crossed in, looking for the head. of Cabral. Didn't get to him as Johnson gonna wait for it to roll out. It'll be a throw in.
And Johnson and Gerald Margarita have swapped sides. Darius Johnson was on that left side to start this match in the first half. Now over on that right.
Cabral, one touch turn, and it looks like he slipped a little bit, got underneath it. Almost put that one on a runway 1 over at Phoenix International Airport. Monterey Bay, a good first half. You have a 2-0 lead. See, it looks like not necessarily content with this advantage, but how do you play this second half if you're the visitors?
And you don't need to be hyper aggressive in possession, and that wasn't the story of the first half for Monterey Bay either. They let Phoenix have the majority of the ball, just tried to capitalize in their specific ways. So we see the replay here. That foul on Galloway. It's going to be a second half of balance, of trying not to overextend and be exposed in the back against this high-flying, aggressive lineup that Diego Gomez has put out, but also still putting forward and throwing a few punches of your own.
Troyer with a nice interception. Ball kind of played around in the middle third, and another one taken away in the middle. That was Pierce Galloway stepping a foot down to dispossess as he gets the ball right back.
This game's felt stretched from a Phoenix Rising perspective. You see the group that Gomez has out on the field. Pop Marboy coming on, Gabby Torres coming off. That shifts Mo Traore over to that pure left back spot, and he'll interpret that role a little different than Gabby Torres, staying wider, not pinching into midfield quite as much. You've got the defensive unit for Phoenix Rising, and then you've got the attacking unit with Charlie Dennis and Tomas Angel forming a really aggressive, attack-minded midfield pairing that we saw in the first half, where you have pure defenders and pure attackers on the field together. At times that leaves you a little undermanned in midfield, and we saw Renzo Zambrano struggle with that in the first 45. Finding that balance from a Phoenix Rising perspective could be key for them.
It'll be interesting to see as you see Pop Marboy onto the pitch. Didn't start the match, comes in at the half for Gabby Torres. See if there's any potential kind of ease, as Pop Marboy has been kind of the anchor in this back line. You feel comfortable with him there in the center, take care of just about any situation. I think that could potentially help this attack and pressing forward. Looks like got 4 guys ahead right now, almost 5 even.
Yeah, absolutely. You hope that Marboy's defensive solidity can leave you in some decent spots when you should be undermanned, and even when you mathematically are at a numbers disadvantage in the back. Marboy has defended like almost more than one player at times this season. He's been that good against the ball for Phoenix Rising, the rookie out of Clemson.
Fuenmayor, as you see, lots of numbers up ahead for Phoenix. Fuenmayor gets a little 1-2 with Margarita. Back towards Zambrano. Marboy, the only man back in Phoenix's half. Now White will bring it back, right back. Trying to go side to side, find an opening. Fuenmayor and Hell cuts it back. Keep the ball at his feet. Walks it ahead. Traore, who's getting up all the way into the attack right now, and it will take a deflection off of Monterey Bay, and it will be a corner to Phoenix.
And we see Pop Marboy strolling his way inside the 18-yard box. He's a target on these set pieces.
Big-bodied rookie. Pop Marboy, 6'1", 200. Out of Senegal. Got 2 goals already this year. So going to be sent in, looking for Wyke. He got ahead to it, and then Wyke took a little bit of a tumble. And it's going to go right back, and they'll reset it again.
Yeah, Phoenix and manager Diego Gomez with their hands in the air, hoping for that handball call. Carlos Guzman, the arm outstretched in an unnatural position. Not given.
This one sent right back in, that one to the center. Bodies tumbling all over the place inside the 18 around the penalty spot. Phoenix, though, keeps possession. Margarita and Johnson on the same side as they try to reorganize themselves. Margarita cuts in, still weaving around defenders. Angel wants a long-range look. What a save from Herrera. Full extension from Carlos Herrera.
He's been excellent tonight for Monterey Bay. Tomas Angel tries to hit the cover off that ball with that left foot. Well-placed strike from distance. Monterey Bay still holding strong.
Angel got everything behind that one. Going for goal from distance. But Herrera, who's been a brick wall tonight, says no once again.
It's a decent look from Phoenix Rising because of how well placed that shot is from Tomas Angel. Still, this Rising side is struggling to break all the way through that back five from Monterey Bay. A few minutes ago, Lawrence White had his hands in the air, sort of waving over, wanting that switch to come. It never does. Phoenix still looking for those slivers of space.
Martinez centers it back just a step away. That would have been a great opportunity to find a third. This one's sent away. Johnson has to come over to it, and that one's taken away from him. Well, outside of the heel, flag stays down. Valesky comes across and unable to get to it. It will be a corner to the near side to Monterey Bay.
And you're going to see throughout the second half, Monterey Bay not in a hurry to put the ball back into play. They're okay to watch some of those seconds tick off the clock with that 2-0 lead.
Martinez sets up for another Carvana corner kick. Carvana will drive you happy. Martinez, high floater towards the back post. Popmar Boy elevates and knocks it down. Tomas Angel just presses it away to get it out of the 18. And Herrera resets.
It's moments like that one from Tomas Angel that make it easy to remember that this Phoenix Rising side is still trying to find out who they are. So many changes coming in that summer transfer window. Tomas Angel, Charlie Dennis, both of the wingers. That's 4 attacking players for Phoenix Rising on the field right now who joined in the summer. Guys that don't have a lot of reps together. Johnson in just his first start for Phoenix. Angel playing in a different role underneath Remy Cabral now, not a role that he's super used to throughout his career in the U.S. or back in his native Colombia. Lots and lots of changes in the shows.
Nice little cut 1-2 from Margarita. Cabral now with the ball. One touch, too strong. Has played it away from himself. Valesky now tries to play it forward, but Fuenmayor does a nice job to cover it off. Seen a few opportunities, just haven't been as crisp as Phoenix would like, and now just a misplay as Dennis has it roll out. And fans, you can't watch the match, be sure to turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Margarita presses ahead, going to give off Renzo Zambrano, right back to him. Fuenmayor. Margarita now in the middle. Those long legs keep it with him. One pass, little back heel, another one. Margarita stops, still waiting in the 18, knocks it down, deflected away. Dorney was the one there, now looking for a handball and nothing to come of it. Maury Donor was one of the first men there, and Margarita just a little too hesitant. And another good little play of build-up for Phoenix. Now Popmar Boy wants to take a look at it, and that one well wide and nowhere near.
Excusing that shot from Popmar Boy. Just as I'm talking about how this team is still trying to find themselves to gain that sort of attacking chemistry. They pull off a couple of the nicest, cleanest combination play sequences that we've seen all year long from Phoenix Rising. Diego Gomez on the sideline will be hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
That was great play. Margarita got it in the middle as got a stoppage in the midfield. Looks like we got Monterey Bay player, looks like Valesky, who was cramping a little bit, some help from Fuenmayor.
It's one of the best things in this game, Killian, when your team is trailing all of a sudden quite happy to help out the opposition with those sorts of cramp situations. Whatever you need, I'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. Let's get this thing going.
Funmayor showing off his PT training. Everybody gets a quick drink of water, and we're back underway. As that one headed down, Cabral. Everybody kind of out of position as they were coming out from that little stoppage as Johnson comes away. Nice deflection by White. Dennis going to lay back off for White. White pressing forward. White tries to cross it in. Cabral takes a shot in the middle, and nothing there. Their arms up everywhere in the Phoenix dugout, and now there's a Monterey Bay player down as Remy Cabral going to try and plead his case.
Yeah, Cabral can't believe this. But once White slides into the box, plays the ball across, Remy Cabral really the one making that initial contact. That's good work from Brandon Stevis there, our head referee.
And Cabral now asking the near side AR, trying to say, hey, can you help a brother out? But there's just nothing there.
No. It's a good call from the officiating crew. We'll get another look at it here. Certainly contact. It's Remy Cabral, though, with the hand to the face of Monterey Bay defender Alex Lara.
Xavi Nalati going to come on for Gonzalez.
And the hope is for Jordan Stewart. Xavi Nalati, the youngest player in this Monterey Bay team, just 19 years of age, was with the San Diego Loyal. One of the brightest young players in the USL Championship. The hope is that Xavi can get Valesky more integrated on the break with a slightly more traditional number 9, number 10 pairing, with Nalati playing underneath Valesky. See if it pays off.
So Formella going to also come on for Phoenix Rising. At least we're expecting him to come on in just a moment, kind of getting some tactics and such. Little back heel pass. Valesky right into a trio of red tops. Touch back around. Johnson going to come and press forward. There's been a few opportunities in this second half for Phoenix. Just haven't been able to capitalize anything. A couple good saves. A little hesitant. As now Johnson has a touch and a foul. It'll be a free kick. There will be a booking. That one came out to Guzman. And here comes that change. Formella ready to come on for Darius Johnson.
Johnson was bright tonight on the wing, just not able to deliver that final end product in front of goal despite his right-footed looks in the first half. Formella now will slot into that right winger position. He's going to play it in a different way. He's going to be less direct. He'll tuck inside at times. Formella sharp with his combination play. Maybe that'll be the thing for Phoenix Rising to break down this back five of Monterey Bay.
Formella's been really impressive over the last couple of weeks, getting a couple goals. So they're going to play this one ahead. Cabral has to kind of wait up for it and just couldn't hit him in stride.
A few too many of those sloppy touches for Phoenix. When you're trying to break down a low block with lots of bodies compressed into such a small amount of space, that first touch is crucial. And Phoenix Rising too often tonight have seen it bounce off the foot or bounce off the shin or roll out of bounds. It's difficult to build consistent attacking momentum when those things are breaking the rhythm.
This one headed back. Traore doing a nice job to keep it in front of him. His fans, are you hungry? Head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's hand-battered chicken fingers and delicious secret sauces. It's a perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
You see Formella creeping forward into the attack, discouraging that pass to Carlos Guzman, trying to help this Phoenix Rising team inch forward in the press. to build some of their own defensive momentum.
Now Lottie, the youngster, bringing it ahead. He's got some help off to his right if he wants it. Takes it, cross down to the center, chip away off the post. Nearly 3-0.
It's a great chance for Monterey Bay. Catching Phoenix Rising out. Easy ball progression down that right side. Donor plays that ball in across. We highlighted his threat with those right-footed deliveries earlier on tonight. The ball ends up off the woodwork. Phoenix Rising breathing a sigh of relief there.
I think Volesky almost kind of even overran that ball. I think if that's a little bit even more towards the center of his body, we might be looking at a 3-0 scoreline.
Oh, and we're going to see a few more of those kinds of chances from Monterey Bay tonight, I'd wager, Killian, because Phoenix Rising don't have the wiggle room to sit back.
There's Dennis, a long run in, and he's going to go through the back of the defender. And foul, and now Herrera. A little slow to get up. Dennis was kind of going towards him. Herrera covered it up.
And Dennis just goes through the back of Kai Green there. Ends up with the follow-through on Herrera.
Herrera kind of holding his head, speaking with our head referee. And he comes and has a quick conversation with Dennis.
And it doesn't look intentional there whatsoever from Charlie Dennis. Off that angle. Herrera happy to sit for just a second, as he should. See the second half progress.
Back heel laid forward as Potmar Boy's going to be right there. White gets it. Over an hour played, 2-0 Monterey Bay. Fair in the 15th, and then the own goal from Rocco Rios Novo at the end of the first half in the 44th has us at the score line presently. As Phoenix trying to fight their way back into this match. Defending champions have a fight on their hands to get back and defend their title.
It's been a whole lot of U-shaped possession for Phoenix Rising, working around the outsides of Monterey Bay's defensive structure, but not playing those penetrative passes into the heart of the defensive shape that then draws the defenders and creates weaknesses in the back line. Just a lot of circulation, not a lot of penetration for Phoenix in the second half.
Traore waits for it, has a run from Margarita, gets to it, but Margarita too strong of a touch right off the boot and out for a throw. eFootball 2024 is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. Remember, eFootball is free to play, so go ahead and download it now. Xavi Nalati. Lay off to the left, Martinez. Try and get a little fancy with the footwork, and it will be out for a corner.
Those opportunities for Monterey Bay are going to be there on the break between now and the final whistle. Phoenix committing so many numbers forward into the attack to hope for a chance or two against Monterey Bay to claw their way back into this game. And what does that do when you push numbers forward? It creates vulnerabilities in the back. Visitors trying to take advantage.
Here's short corner played, and that one deflected away. Back to the throw-in. Again, Monterey Bay, very content. Take their time. This one in front of their own dugout. Fair to Galloway, little back heel. Now Lottie taking a couple touches, sends back towards the center. Very lovely build-up. Here's Donor, a bit too strong of a touch, going to chase it down. Center back, in back post, and just over the crossbar. Volesky calling for a push in the back. He's not going to get anything, and another great chance for Monterey Bay.
Maury Donor recovers well off that heavy first touch. A great ball to Christian Volesky at the back post. Volesky can't direct it on frame. Certainly a little extension of that left arm from Lawrence Wyke. Referee says play on.
Formella gets it immediately, met by two white kits. Brought up, Margarita taken down from behind. Sign Hell sitting far back on that one to build up.
And again, for Phoenix, the question is how can they find Tomas Angel and Charlie Dennis inside between the lines?
Margarita now. Get it to his right foot, cuts back to his left. Still has Donor right in front of Malex to pull it out and reset, and a long ball that goes nowhere. It's out the back for a goal kick.
It's been far too sloppy for Phoenix Rising. When you're at an even game state, when the scoreline is even, you can get away with some of that because you know that in most cases your opponent is going to have to venture forward at some point. With just over 20 minutes left in this game, Monterey Bay had a lot of success defensively through the opening stages of this second half. They don't have the motivation or the need to go out there and step forward to create those kinds of gaps for you going the other way. It is fully up to Phoenix to create those things for themselves.
Dennis, a touchdown that went nowhere as Traore, some contact and a free kick to Monterey Bay.
And you see Mo Traore there just holding on to the ball to try and allow his team to get back into defensive shape, something that they've really struggled in. This second 45, you see Adrian Revelar there drawing the contact. Another chance for Monterey Bay to catch their breath.
Revelar getting stretched out a little bit. A reminder, Phoenix Children's is the exclusive and official pediatric medical partner of Phoenix Rising. To learn more, you can go ahead and visit phoenixchildrens.org. All set all the way in, waiting in the hands of Novo. Quickly sets it back down and back going. Dennis trying to coordinate traffic a little bit. Wyke threw it right into the feet of Volesky. Volesky thought about it as Rios Novo was well out off of his line.
Phoenix playing with fire in this second half. Such a sloppy 25 minutes from the home side, who are still fighting for their spot to stay above that playoff line.
Long ball over the top. Good run in from Cabral if he can get to it, and headed down. They're going to say keep playing on. Crossed in, back post, and there were a couple red jerseys there. Cabral was right in the center. But again, Johnny on the spot. You could say Carlos on the spot as Herrera were all over it.
See Margarita and Formella have swapped sides. Margarita now back on the right wing. Formella off to the left. I imagine we're going to see Formella tuck inside more off that left wing to try and overload the space between the lines in more central areas. Phoenix really struggling to draw Monterey Bay out and then press the ball through the lines into their attacking midfielders.
Otmar Boy, a busy 30 or so seconds. As Martinez gets closed off by Wyke, stays throw into Monterey Bay.
Monterey Bay have managed this second half really well out here in the Valley of the Sun, taking care of the ball when they've had it. There's a little commentator's curse for you while we're on theme tonight. Largely taking care of the ball when they've had it, keeping the space in their own half really compact, making it hard for Phoenix to play through them and creating real legitimate chances on the break. There's something left in this game. The question is who's going to get it.
You have to look, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, as a club, they were scoreless coming tonight in 6 straight. As Formella crossed in, he was trying to get it to Cabral, but there was nothing there. Green does a nice job to close it off. Margarita stays on side. Gonna find some space. He does. Right-footed cross towards the center. Formella not there, knocked down. White left-footed shot, saved again by Herrera. Phoenix cannot get anything past that man.
It's a great reaction save from Carlos Herrera. The ball ends up coming right towards him. Now actually does well to get down towards that right side. Gets the arm down, parries it wide. That's well done.
Wyke again. Phoenix not done with this attack. Margarita gonna stop. Play off for Wyke. Wyke thought about the cross. Gets it back over to his left foot. Back post, lapped up, but nothing there. Traore couldn't get enough behind it. As we were saying, 6 straight without a goal for Monterey Bay. They found 2 tonight. However you want to say it, doesn't matter. 2 found the back of the net. Then this is a club, they're winless in their past 11, and based off the way they played tonight, I'd say if you hadn't really watched anything or even looked at the standings, you'd hear that and go, I don't really know about that. This club's look pretty sharp.
Well, here's another stat for you. The Oracle himself, John Morrissey, given their playoff odds coming into tonight at just 22% for Monterey Bay FC. That number, of course, will be far, far higher if the scoreline holds.
Lottie did a nice job keeping possession for Monterey Bay as they'll just play all the way back. As Laura gets over. Donor. Into the center, and challenge gets tripped up. And now a couple more subs. Tomasa Angel gonna come off. Julio Doratiotto gonna come on. The other one, Wyke, going to come off. Juan Carlos Azocar going to be the other one.
And we'll see Julio Doratiotto playing midfield, shaded towards that left side, much like Tomas Angel was. And Juan Carlos Azocar shifted into that right back role that Lawrence Wyke was occupying as the second half had worn on. Azocar is going to be more of a threat, 1v1 on the dribble in the final third. We'll see if that helps Phoenix Rising break apart this Monterey Bay side.
I saw Azocar last week against Las Vegas. Kind of did a little bit of everything.
Played as a 9.
Action. Yeah, he was up there at the top, on the wing. Saw him kind of slide over and help out in central defense a little bit. Man of many talents, this Potmar boy. Long run, they're letting him go all the way through. Cabral. And a set down as Dennis swings to the far side. This one crossed in low and nobody there, but it's a bit of a misplay off the foot of Lara, and it will be a corner to Phoenix.
And you see Julio Doratiotto just a minute or so after coming on. Where does he head first and foremost? He heads to the box. Another aerial threat on the field for Phoenix Rising. They have not had success working the ball into the 18 on the ground to create chances that way. Expect them to continue to lean more and more towards set pieces and aerial crosses.
Dennis taking this a lot of big bodies on for Phoenix. Dennis low to the near post, nobody there, but Dennis will have another chance. He's going to send it right back in and right back out to him once again. As Martinez got his head to that one, and we will have another stoppage. 75 played, 2-0 as we'll go to another hydration break before we get to the final few minutes of this one. Put on the PA system. Potential 3 minutes, and we're talking about that playoff push. Here's who's clinched. Only 3 sides so far. Louisville City and Charleston, really the 2 juggernauts in the league, I think is fair to say, especially in the East. It's going to go through one of those 2 clubs. They're in the 1 and 2. Louisville City, we mentioned at halftime, they can clinch the most points in the regular season with a couple wins this week. And then New Mexico United. Really impressive season. Currently the #1 seed in the Western Conference. A pretty safe lead of 10 points. They're closing in on wrapping up the #1 spot in the West. And then a few others we mentioned. Sacramento, they can clinch a spot with a win tomorrow. Las Vegas can clinch their first ever playoff spot with a win tomorrow against Orange County. And then Colorado and Memphis, the other 2, kind of still waiting for some other things to happen.
And if you're Phoenix Rising, 2 of the 3 teams that folks are seeing out there at home on their screens right now, they're on your schedule. New Mexico United on Wednesday, away from home. Louisville City on the final day of Phoenix Rising's regular season, also away from home. It's not going to be an easy last stretch of the year.
It is certainly not. And fans, mind of the reigning USL champs, Phoenix Rising FC hosts Memphis 901 FC on October 19th for the home capper on the season. Be there for every pass, every stop, every goal, every win. Starting at $15 a seat, there's a place for everyone. Get your tickets at phxrisingfc.com. Could come down to a crucial match here in Phoenix on the 19th. We'll have it for you here. As that window right around that 8th and final spot in the playoffs just seems to be getting tighter and tighter and tighter as we go along. So Carr elevates, gets his head to that one as we're back ready to go. Another substitute getting ready to come on for Monterey Bay. Our boy walks it forward, give off Wenmayor. Julio on his first touches.
Phoenix really struggling to progress the ball into meaningful areas. Wenmayor, Patmar Boy can't sort out their way past the top of Monterey Bay's defensive structure. Finally, Wenmayor charges forward.
Julio on this near side. He's the Italian. Plays it back to Renzo Zambrano. He's going to turn. There's Traore. Now Formella. Got Traore off to his left. He's going to keep it himself and bring it back towards the center. Hassel Carr. He's going to chase and collect that one. Little back heel off Dennis, but nobody was there.
It's a great idea from Juan Carlos Azocar. An ambitious, visionary pass with that right foot. Looking to break lines into Charlie Dennis. Doesn't come off there for Phoenix, but that's the sort of aggressive distribution and vision that's been lacking for Rising in this match.
2-0 scoreline as it stands. Obviously a lot left to play tomorrow, but Phoenix would still sit in the 7th spot on 36 points. As here is that move. Dane going to come on for Valesky. And then Monterey Bay propelling themselves right up into the thick of it with 33 points, sitting in 10th. There's 2 points out of that all-important 8th spot. Laid up Traore. Traore tries a touch and a turn, and it will be back for a goal kick.
Monterey Bay deserves so much credit for how they've conducted themselves, especially without the ball in this second half. They've done a phenomenal job of forcing Phoenix to play around their structure, using timely pressure to unsettle Phoenix Rising's build-up play. Forcing the opposition to play around you, not through you, is a fantastic way to protect that lead.
There's been a few opportunities in the second half. A couple of good shots, but Herrera's kind of been all over everything. But even at that, you kind of get the feeling it's like at worst, maybe 2-1. The way that they've played, especially defensively in the second half.
Yeah, so much of this game still, for Phoenix, you look back at the first half and think about those 2 goals from Monterey Bay that go in. Yes, Monterey Bay have defended fairly well, and a lot of that comes down to Herrera's work in goal. And those couple of mistakes, the deflection, the fortune there, and then Rocco Rios Novo on that own goal completely changes this game, changes the makeup of this second half, to the point where you can see Damian Barker-John at the bottom of your screen there. Diego Gomez is throwing everything on the field.
Barker-John readies for these final 10 or so minutes. Long ball headed back towards the center. Can't get to Cabral. As Julio does a nice job shouldering off his man to keep possession for Phoenix. Turn, but couldn't keep the ball in.
It's part of the story of this evening for Phoenix Rising. As Damian Barker-John comes in. Had success against San Antonio FC a couple of weekends ago. Charlie Dennis off the field. Phoenix tilt even more towards the direct, dribbling 1v1 winger type. They fight to get back in this game.
All the way back, Rocco Rios Novo. Little touch to Fuenmayor.
Formella's moved more inside to play as one of those number 10s for Phoenix Rising, one of those attacking midfielders as Barker-John sets up shop on this right wing.
Julio, low one, little back heel, 1-2, back to Cabral. Cabral waits, still waiting. Asokar deflected back towards the center. Formella draws them back to within one. And now, a bit of a skirmish going on in goal. Is Herrera now getting after it with Traore? As Phoenix looked to go and try to get the ball, they wanted to restart play quickly. And there it goes, Formella with the goal to make it 2-1. And Herrera's furious.
Yes, he is. Sharp combination play inside the 18 from Phoenix Rising. And it's a couple of substitutes linking up for the goal that gets them back in it. Juan Carlos Azócar lays the ball up on a platter for a crashing Darius Formella. Phoenix Rising back within just a single strike.
Formella, his 6th on the year, an important one, and now some life here at 38th in Washington. And Herrera, we saw at the end of that, Cabral, Traore, just about everybody tried to go in and get that ball. They wanted to get it back going quickly. Herrera just tried to grab it and cover it and didn't go very well. Here's Azócar, potential opportunity. Azócar to Cabral, and Cabral, little off balance, but he earns the corner.
Phoenix are flying. Now it's well defended there from Alex Lara on rising striker Remy Cabral. Finding some of these gaps, catching Monterey Bay out. A chance now on a set piece.
Carvana corner kick. A little bit of noise coming from that south end. Zambrano with the corner. Herrera leaps up. Little bobble, but he's able to collect it. They were looking for Fuenmayor.
Carlos Herrera's been a main character in this match. Does well to claim that ball after the initial bobble as he falls to the ground. Phoenix now back, trying to engage high up the field.
A turnover in the midfield. Zambrano, good little hesitation, gets himself a little more space. Here's Azócar. Barker-John. Damian Barker-John, it's like a shot of adrenaline since he's come on in just a few minutes.
He's done that a handful of times this season, Killian. Barker-John, Juan Carlos Azócar as well, really embracing those roles as super subs. Changing the dynamic with their ability to attack and beat players 1v1.
Margarita, nifty little back heel. Margarita, if he can keep possession, he goes down. And it will be a free kick in a dangerous location for Phoenix. As comfortable as Monterey Bay has seemed pretty much all night tonight, can see a little flustered in these last few minutes.
And Phoenix Rising trying to do to Monterey Bay what Las Vegas Lights did to Phoenix Rising on this very same field less than a week ago. Trying to find some joy on dead balls and service from the left wing late on.
Zambrano to take this one, essentially a short corner. Popmar boy stands at the back post. This one sent in, leaping up. They were trying to get Fuenmayor again. He had a little bit of room, but Herrera jumped right on top of it.
And that ball's in too tight there to Carlos Herrera.
Javi Nalati, now a potential chance, tries to cut it back, but nicely done shutting it off. Nalati now pestered by Giulio Doratiotto, and a whistle, and they're going to catch Doratiotto. A little bit of too much contact as the young Italian with the hands in the air.
Phoenix working to win this ball in midfield. Energy from the subs between Formella, Doratiotto, Damian Barker-John, really trying to apply pressure to this Monterey Bay team.
Chip ahead forward. Martinez. Now Lottie. Stop and turn, and all the way back out for Guzman. Now Lottie again. Martinez expected him to take it all the way down to the corner and take as much time as he can off. It's off of Doratiotto. It'll be a throw-in. A reminder, the USL Championship is on CBS Sports and the ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Old-fashioned battle in the corner. Monterey Bay trying to use up as much time as they can. Phoenix can't seem to get the ball off. Deflected, headed up and around. Now Lottie back down. Barker-John intercepted. The hairy situation, and now a stoppage as Phoenix will get a moment to breathe.
That was an unbelievable bit of play in that corner there from Monterey Bay.
Here comes Traore. He's got Formella streaking off to his right. Lays off Margarita. Formella calling for the ball. Margarita takes a shot left foot. Formella, little deflection. Didn't get all the way through. Doratiotto heads it down. Popmar Boy is up. And it will be a whistle and a foul. That one almost got all the way up to us.
I was ready.
You were, I saw it.
Margarita trying to thread that ball through from the left side of the box. Monterey Bay do just enough to get it clear. Phoenix Rising, not a lot of time left in this second half, searching for the equalizer. Yet another look on a set piece.
We saw last week, you don't need a lot of time. Las Vegas scored 2 goals in 120 seconds to pull 3 points when they thought they had nothing. Can Phoenix do something similar? This one crossed in towards the center of the box, headed up and away, and it'll be another corner.
Rising trying to go quick.
The stoppage is Alex Lara down on the ground. As the head referee gets everybody on their feet and says, let's continue on.
Phoenix Rising were hoping to work that ball in quickly, not least because their designated set piece taker with Charlie Dennis off the field. Yves Renzo Zambrano, who had just taken that last free kick, would have had to get on his horse all the way across the field. Now with that stoppage, Zambrano can't get on the ball.
5 added. Zambrano gonna try to go near post, tries to center it. Doratiotto heads it down. Everybody kind of looking around and waiting, not cleared fully away. Damian Barker-John gonna chip it back towards the center. Cabral gonna stop, left foot, deflection. Great job in defense to knock it away, but now a corner to the near side.
Monterey Bay holding strong, putting every single resource they have inside the box. Remy Cabral, great first touch, does well to turn.
Phoenix is knocking on the door. Can they bust it open? Back post, nobody's there. They're going to let it roll out. Diego Gomez and his staff, quick throw in. Barker-John going to turn back towards the center of the pitch. Formella, the goal scorer for Phoenix tonight. Behind Doratiotto, but a nice job to keep possession. This one, low cross in. Threads its way through a couple of white kits. But Traore back to collect. Phoenix still on attack. This one chipped towards the back post. Popmar Moore fell down as Okar tried to line one up but cleared away again. Zambrano trying to keep the ball at his feet, gets away. This one now deflected. Cabral waits for it. Gets underneath his man. And now Nalati. Little back heel. Opportunity. Long run. Traore. Gonna lay back, but Mo Traore in the right spot. Not done yet. The fans come to their feet at 38th and Washington. Barker John weaves his way around one. Nice pass. Cabral waits. Gonna try and turn a little back heel. Gets a little too fancy. Cabral goes down. No whistle. And it is a goal kick.
Hands on heads right now for Phoenix Rising. Remy Cabral opts to turn into pressure there as he's trying to get back into play. Challenge comes in from behind. Brandon Stevis again, I think, making the right call there. Not enough contact for me. That is a difficult moment there for Remy Cabral. In just a little bit of space on the right side, opts to turn into three bodies. The whole sequence falls apart. Phoenix losing some of the momentum that they had as they try desperately to rescue something.
This one laid up, flag up on the far side. Rios Novo gets it back going quickly. Still time left to play tonight. 3 of the 5 added on. The 1-2. Margarita tries to stop, loses possession, and it will be a foul and a free kick. And another opportunity for a few more precious seconds to tick away.
Yeah, it's huge. Absolutely huge for Monterey Bay. They'd lost some of their composure defensively. Struggled to regain that foothold inside their own half. Now they can watch that clock tick over into the 95th minute. Regain their structure. Push play downfield.
Played deep. Rios Novo gonna come up, gets it out for Potmar Boy. Barker John didn't get the pass all the way to him, but does a nice job to stick with it and keep possession. He's gonna have to roll it all the way back to his keeper. Fuenmayor. This one intercepted in the midfield by Galloway, and he just sends it off. Quick throw to get it back going. Get the feeling this could be the last chance for Phoenix tonight. Assokar. Back heel, Assokar with some space. Assokar just wide!
That was the look for Phoenix Rising. Juan Carlos Assokar had the assist on Darius Romella's goal. Tried to nail that late equalizer, but Monterey Bay FC have hung on. Their first win since July 6th, and Phoenix Rising are stunned.
It's 2-1. Monterey Bay with 2 goals in the first half. Phoenix got one back late in the second and nearly did what Las Vegas did to them just 6 days ago in the final moment of play. But Juan Carlos Assokar couldn't find the back of the net. A big night, a big 3 points for Monterey Bay. It shoots them back up into the playoff picture. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap things up for you. On the other side, 2-1, Monterey Bay with a victory tonight.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi. Avery.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said, what? She said, what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
He does. Bye, robot.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now, should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up, you think? We just did 2.5%!
Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Back in Phoenix, wrap things up for you tonight. A 2-1 victory for the visitors. Monterey Bay FC, a huge win. It propels them back into the playoff picture as Phoenix Rising continue to fall. We're going to get you some highlights presented by your Desert Ford dealers. Here's kind of the story of the night. 15 minutes in, Moby Fair, a little bit of a deflection, but it made it 1-0.
Fortunate goal there for Monterey Bay, but it's exactly what they needed to get off the mark in this game to end that 6-game scoring drought. Moby Fair, the man in the right spot at the right time.
Couple chances for Phoenix in the first half, but my goodness, you can't say enough about how good Carlos Herrera was tonight. Here's the second one. We talked about it, we've looked at it. It's an inexcusable goal.
It really is. It's almost unfathomable. There from Phoenix Rising and Rocco Rios Novo. His feet glued to the floor, waiting either for Lawrence White to come in and make a play or for that ball to go over the bar. Maybe hoping for that foul call. Either way, Phoenix Rising down 2-0 before the break.
Yeah, an own goal, that's going to stand as the game winner. But as we said, the guy tonight, Carlos Herrera, he was stopping everything. There was an opportunity. Remy Cabral thought he earned himself a penalty. But Herrera, left, right, and center, making every save, and a few other chances late in the second for Monterey Bay as well.
Yeah, Maury Donor getting high and wide on that right side, looking for Christian Valesky, who's looking for that penalty call. Phoenix Rising continue to push, but again, there's Herrera until finally the breakthrough comes in on this right side. Juan Carlos Azocar ends up having that ball, looks like deflected over to Darius Formella, and Herrera's pouncing on it again.
And Herrera, a little bit of a talking to everybody. Kind of angry moments, everybody trying to get back going for Phoenix, and here is the final moment. Juan Carlos Azocar, try to the right foot, just wide of the outstretched Carlos Herrera, and that is how things finished. Here are your final stats for tonight, presented by Gateway Community College. Lots of discrepancies in the numbers here tonight. 21-8 in shots for Phoenix, 61% possession, but the two big mistakes, or I should say the one big mistake, the one unfortunate bounce, and you fall 2-1.
Yep, small margin sport. Doesn't take a lot to have a game go one way or another. Phoenix Rising made life far too difficult for themselves with that mistake from Rocco Rios Novo and some sluggish attacking to start the second half. Still, what a result for Monterey Bay FC, keeping themselves alive in the Western Conference playoff race.
Yeah, don't tell them the odds. They might not have been the greatest coming into the night. They're a heck of a lot higher coming out of it. Got an action-packed Saturday tomorrow. Be sure to keep an eye. USL Championship action as we get closer to the playoffs. Final score 2-1 here tonight from my partner Joe Lowry. Big thanks to our entire crew here in Phoenix. My name's Killian McClatchy. Have a safe rest of your Friday night and enjoy your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.